Good evening, everyone. This is Celso Batalha, and I will be your professor in this course, Astronomy 10, Introduction to Astronomy. We are at Evergreen Valley College, and this course is entirely online. This orientation video will come with a fundamental question that I will ask sometime in the middle, and you are supposed to answer, emailing me a possible answer. In fact, upload the answer to the question I will ask. And once you upload the answer, then I know you are on board, you understand how the course works, and um, then you're ready to go. So basically, this course is based on Canvas. It's mounted on Canvas, on a Canvas platform. And let me show you the syllabus, which I expect you already receive it. It's right here. I'm going to go briefly go over the syllabus with you. But we are going to get together and I will go over the main topics of the week on Tuesday from 4 to 5, 4 to 5 in zoom.us. The zoom.us is a link you can find on the left-hand side of your computer. And take the video away. On the left-hand side of your main screen, and then you can attend the lecture right there. Sometimes I ask and I ask questions that are whose answers, if correct, they they are counted as extra credit. But again, if you are available Tuesday from 4 to 5, just go to zoom.us and it will be there. And then we can go over whatever's going on in that week. But you can also, since I taped everything, you can also watch this video later on a time that is convenient for you. I try to get all grades posted within 48 hours, and I try to get you on top of your grade. So you will not um, be at large with respect to where you are in the course. So exams are done online, and I will explain exams in a second. But most of the grades that I have direct interference with them is discussions, and all the discussions I will grade as the week goes by, and I will explain that as well. So expect it, every time you do something in a course, expect to have a reply within 48 hours. So if you are watching this video, you are doing orientations, but if you, for some reason, you want to talk to me directly about orientation on Tuesday at 4 p.m. in room SA115, I will be there doing face-to-face orientation and see if I can accept the students giving ed codes. The book we are using is a free book, is OpenStax, the link is here. You download, or you can read, and I will show you in a second, you can read through Canvas. I put all this chapter in Canvas. We do have an observatory, and I recommend that you become a member of our observatory. If you go to our Meetup page, if you click here, you go to our Meetup page, and then you become one of our members, you receive alerts on the meetings we have in the observatory. You can bring your family, you can go there with dates, with well-behaved pets. Is very fun, is a nice thing to do. What else here in the syllabus? Discussions. 20% of your grade will come from discussions, and I will show them in our course in a second. 5% of your grade will come from homework. Homework are quizzes, in fact, weekly quizzes based on the chapter book. Some of the questions might not be directly related to the subject we are teaching that week, because I'm making a transition to um, free of charge book, and I have some time to build up more of this homework. So, but I'm trying as much as possible to make sure the homework um, have questions that are related to the chapter we are dealing in that particular week. But if something is kind of out of key, just let me know and I will fix it. There are always extra credit, and what I do with extra credit, I keep adding all the extra credit points, and then I scale them from 0 to 10 points, and I add that to the end of your course. So let's say you are a perfect student, you get everything perfect, and you get 100% in this course. So if you also did all your extra credits and right, your final score is going to be 110. So you have an extra 10 points. Also, yeah, don't copy and paste from Wikipedia. I zero immediately, especially in discussions. In discussions, you have to provide your own opinion. And if you just copy and paste, and I can flag that with software, I give you zero. So make sure you write. So I'm not American. I mean, I'm American. I became citizen now, but I was not born here, so my English is okay, but it's not perfect. So I'm not expecting all of you to write like Shakespeare, right? But you should be able to convey your ideas in a way that people can relate and understand and reply. So copy and paste is not good, and it's a zero right there. There will be 3 midterms, and I will explain what, uh, how they are going to be done. They can be done online or face to face, and there is a final exam. So final exam and midterms are altogether 75% of your course grade. Okay, so 75% in exams and final exam, 20% in discussions, so that's 5% plus 5% in homework gives you 100%. Now, if you, by any chance, you think you might want to embrace a career in astronomy or physics, just talk to me and follow this information that I'm putting here, Compare and Callbridge, which are programs existing um, both in the Cal state system, but also in community college, that try to identify individuals that are underrepresented, from underrepresented groups, and especially females, that would like to follow a path in science, but they, for economical reasons or because they are underrepresented as far as ethnic group, they didn't have the chances of succeed and but anyway, if that is your case, just contact me and um, just contact me and I will provide more information about these programs. I have the calendar of all the activities here and the syllabus if you want to see it. But what I really want to show is the course at Canvas. So once you find the course in Canvas, and by the way, in the syllabus, I give you instruction on how to set up your Canvas course. So basically, you have to be enrolled and then you see it. But basically, you log in and then you should be able to get a direct link to the syllabus, to the modules, to the reading material, and all the sections will be archived and you can have access to them, and I show you where they are. Calendar is very cool because all the activities that are closing, they appear in calendar, so you can just go to calendar and see what needs to be done. and then extra credit. So let's take a look at the modules. So the modules are divided in the first one. I give a lot of free stuff, free books. In fact, the book we are using, which is this one, OpenStax, the first one, you can download completely from here. So if you click this link, it's going to take you to our book right there. And then you can either download the whole thing or you can view online. I think most of the students that I encounter, they prefer have the book downloaded. But if you can also read it as we go here. See that? So that's the book. But in the first module, besides the book, I also have link to a software we will be using a few times, especially in extra credit Stellarium. So the manuals here and other books that I think if you want to explore more the concept of astronomy, stellar evolution, these books are available and they are free. Bunch of applets and so on, so on, so on. This is not the first week, but I have a welcome letter. So it should open. It's right there. And then explain in general way what's going on and what you expect to find. And the orientation this summer, this is wrong. This is for the summer course, but exactly what I'm doing now, I'm taping, and I will replace this file here, which, by the way, I should take it now. And this should. I'm not going to remove it now. I have my syllabus. This is an activity that is going to be closed in November. If you go to the observatory, you can take a picture using your cell phone, and then you can upload here and make a description of the objects you observe. So it's explaining in there. This group discussion, who am I, is if you want to introduce yourself, this is not graded. I have some tutorials on Canvas, some of the important parts. And now the course is starting in topics. So each topic is the equivalent of 1 week. So topic 2, topic 3, that is equivalent to what's going on in the 3rd week. And that goes all the way to the last week, which is the final week. So 16 weeks of class basically, where, by the way, the final exam is there. So let's take a look at what's going on in the first week of class, which is, by the way, next week. So in the module of first week, the first link is always the textbook. I'm sorry, is also an introduction that I make to the subject of that week. So if you open up, I just let you know what's going to happen here. So the first week is pretty much introduction. There is an overview of what's going on in astronomy, what you expected to learn in broad terms. So the astronomy of the very little, which is our planet, the astronomy of the very big, which is our universe. So it's a tour through the universe. The first week basically is when you see everything in a nutshell. And then we have another 15 weeks just to expand and to explore in depth the rest of it. Now see this chapter 1 chat, quick chat. So all these chats here are old, and I will delete them as soon as I create new chats. So these chats are videos with the conversation that went on in June, so in my summer class. So what I usually do, I always keep the videos of my class or my lectures of the previous terms. I just leave it there. And then when I come up with a new one, I upload it and I keep it in there. So I have always the past and the present, but not all the semesters in the past, it's just one. So I have only always two videos kind of matching up. So you can pick up both or just one, or some of you are trying to um, be ahead of the game and know what's going on in the future weeks. So you could use those conversations that I had done before and and just watch it, and then you can can do the work ahead of time. And then I have link to the chapter book itself is right here. Read chapter 1 and and that's all. Now I also add links that I think in the educational aspects of it, they are important to convey more the subject we are studying. And Khan Academy is fantastic. It's very good. So I'm putting some videos there. You can make use of it. Now, mandatory assessment is homework, which is quizzes. So if you click on it, I might not be able to see it. Yeah, I can see it. Probably you can't because the class hasn't started officially, but multiple choice, and then you can do it. Um, and also, I have a discussion. So homework, remember, is 5% of your course grade, and discussions are 20% of your course grade. And there is always a discussion going on. Let me take a look at the first discussion. Hey, Jeffrey. The first discussion is about cultural background, my cultural background. And then it's more about ethnoastronomy or archaeoastronomy. So the idea is if you go back, if you are a religious person, or if you are not, but you might have had contact with people that are religious. I'm hearing a background sound. If you could mute your phone, that would be good, Jeffrey. Um, and if you had contact with somebody that is religious, you might heard stories or you might have read um, uh, religious book or sacred books that have some astronomy content. So the point of this discussion is, oh, I am having problems setting up my computer. Just a second. Um, in the first paragraph of this discussion, you have to state my ethnicity or religion or story my grandparents told me is, and then you have to state what they are. The second paragraph, you have to single out aspects of astronomy that have been identified in the narrative of your religion, myth, or allegory, and initiate your sentence like this. And then there you go. These are the three aspects or three astronomy topics I found in my religion book 1, 2, and 3. So because that's gonna be make my life easier when I give you a grade. I want to make sure you are doing all the steps. And then I ask you to go through this website, Astronomy Many Culture, and get some information in there, and then you write about it, and then you see how that website has enhanced your understanding about not only your religion but about ethnoastronomy. And then the last one is you go to one of your colleagues' posts and you comment, make a comment on it. But the comment has to have some flavor, some depth. It cannot just be something simple, like, oh, I really like you touch my heart, or something like that, right? You have to be more specific. Now, these discussions, they close on Sunday midnight, and but they are open, which means the earlier you start working on them, better your chances to get a good grades, because I read it every 48 hours or so, and then I give a partial grade, and I give suggestions for improvement, and then you can improve that way. So here's the discussion. Is one of the examples of discussions in module number 1. And then we go to the second week, and the same idea. I have an introduction, and then I have my old chats, which I will replace by new ones. You have the reading chapter, and I have some simulation, some links there are there to support your learning, your understanding, and I have an extra credit. So this extra credit is to install Stellarium, that software that is up here, because I have more extra credits that I will add based on Stellarium. And then you have the mandatory assessment. See, I don't have a discussion set in here. And then we go to the third week, and things repeat. I have a different discussion going on, different homeworks, and that's how the course goes. Now, finally, we get the first midterm. So the midterm is done online, but is done online. You can have one sheet with notes, front and back with notes, but you have to be alone in the room, and you have to have a camera on you, and you have to use Google Chrome as your browser, and you have to install Proctorio extension on your Google Chrome, and that is done through Canvas. So if you don't wanna use Proctorio because of whatever reason, or you don't have a camera in your computer, or you don't want to be in a camera, then I will be available to proctor your exam on Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So Tuesday at 4 o'clock in room to be announced, I think it's going to be SA115. I will be there to take your exam from 4 to 5 on Tuesday. And that is going to be the same setting for midterm number 2. Where is it? Midterm number 2 and midterm number 3. And the final exam. So they are all proctored, either online or face-to-face. Okay. Now, I have a makeup exam, which is open to everyone in the week prior to the final exam. And what I do with the makeup exam, if your grade is larger than the lowest score in any of the midterms, I swap. And so you have a chance to improve your grades. And pretty much that's it. So we have assessments are the quizzes, the discussions, and the midterms and final exam. You do have extra credit, which I recommend because they add 10 extra points to your overall grade. And since science is not on your plate for most of you, because this is a general education type of course, and I know very few of you are on track to be STEM scientists. So the language is different, the train is different, perhaps the math is not there strong. So I would recommend to do every single extra credit you can to better your chances to achieve a good grade. Any question? All right, so if there are no questions, I have only one student here, then I will close this orientation and I will upload the video. And the only thing you need to do to guarantee your seat in the class, because is to give me proof that you understand what are the assessments needed to pass this course. What are the assessments needed to pass the course? And they are 5% quizzes, 20% discussions, and 75% midterms and final. So that's it. So upload the answers right here, right here. Um, Answers to questions asked in video above. So I will upload a video here, which is not there now, and then you have to answer the questions. And once this is done, I receive, you get a orientation mark, and then you are in the class. Otherwise, since the class is heavily waitlisted, then I will give a seat to a student who needs it. All right. Okay. Good night to all of you, and let's have a great semester ahead of us.